When it comes to streaming services, Netflix dominates the field over its competitors, but that doesn't mean that there are no other worthy streaming alternatives out there.
Channel 4's Kamasi Aaron spoke with the folks at Consumer Reports about 5 Netflix alternatives.
You know, you've never heard anybody say Hulu and chill, but maybe you have a taste for something a little bit different, or maybe you want to give a non-mainstream service a try. Well, Jim Wilcox with Consumer Reports is joining us live from New York. Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Good morning.
I'm so glad we can talk about this because there are so many different options out there now. If you just want to watch, videos, shows, really whatever.
Yeah, it started with Netflix, and then, gradually some of the bigger services that you mentioned, the Amazons and the Hulus came out. But there's a whole universe of other sites that are really catering more to niche tastes. So a lot of people may get a Netflix or an Amazon, but they're starting then to supplement that with some of these other services, and they usually don't cost very much.
Yeah, so talk about that. If you want to pay a little bit, you can really watch a lot of movies on these sites.
Yeah, so, we saw this service called Acorn, and it serves up classic British TV fare. So a lot of people are interested in that kind of thing. Downton Abbey, I think, got people's interest in British shows. And so for $5 a month, you can sign on to this. And it was actually the highest rated for value of the services that we recently polled in a survey.
And some of these are kind of like all-you-can-eat type of deals where you could just really watch it and pay a really minimal amount to do so.
Yeah, there are a couple of curated sites. What that means is that instead of it being an algorithm, there are actually people at the company who are movie fans, and they're picking movies for movie fans who want to subscribe to the services. 2 that we saw, one is called Fandor. It's $9 a month. It's got a lot of different content. The other one's called Mubi. And the cool thing about Mubi is every 30 days a movie drops off and they add another one. So every day there's a new movie that's added, so there's always 30 movies. And these are classic movies, independent films for people who are real cinephiles.
And I know a lot of people are really money savers as well. So are there any out there that you can do if you don't want to pay at all?
Yeah, there are a lot of people who think free is the favorite price that they have, and there are a couple of services that serve them. Crackle's probably the best known. It's got a show with Jerry Seinfeld driving around in cool cars, getting coffee with other comedians, but it's owned by Sony, so it has access to some of the Sony Entertainment Pictures library. The other one that we like is called Tubi TV, and that has access to films from MGM, Lionsgate, and Paramount. So the thing that you have to realize about these services, though, is that they're ad-supported. So you're going to have to watch commercials before the programs and sometimes in the middle of them.
So this is what people need to know. Like, how would you set it up? You do need a smart TV or one of those little sticks to put in your TV as well?
Yeah, you need the hardware to be able to get to these services, and there are a variety of ways to do it. As you mentioned, smart TVs, I think about 60% of all the TVs this year are going to be smart TVs that can access these services directly. There are also streaming media players like Roku and Apple TV. You can also access the services using a computer and sometimes mobile devices. The thing you need to know is that you have to check the hardware, the TV, the streaming media player, just to make sure that it supports the services that you're interested in.
All right, Jim, thank you so much. We appreciate it.